Ambassador Zixthak of the Galactic Council adjusted his crystalline viewing apparatus as he settled into the observation deck of the diplomatic vessel hovering above Earth's atmosphere. The pale blue planet rotated slowly beneath them, deceptively peaceful from this distance. "The humans appear docile," remarked General Vorth, his chitinous mandibles clicking with satisfaction. "Our preliminary scans show no evidence of warrior castes, no gladiatorial arenas, no combat training facilities, just recreational activities." The assembled delegates from 12 different species nodded in agreement. For 3 cycles they had monitored human transmissions, analyzed their social structures, and concluded that Earth represented the galaxy's first truly pacifist civilization. It was almost disappointing. The Council had hoped to recruit Earth's warriors for the ongoing conflict with the Void Reapers. "Perhaps we misjudged," said Commander Threx, her scales shimmering with uncertainty. "Their military forces seem limited, their weapons primitive. They spend more resources on entertainment than warfare." Zixthak's attention was drawn to a massive transmission emanating from the planet's surface. "What is that energy signature?" "It appears to be coming from multiple locations simultaneously. Sports stadiums," reported the ship's AI in its mechanical tone. "The humans are engaging in what they call football or soccer. Preliminary analysis suggests it involves moving a spherical object using only their feet." A collective rumble of confusion passed through the delegation. General Vorth's antennae twitched with bewilderment. "They waste energy. Playing with balls? Display the transmission," ordered Zixthak, curiosity overriding his diplomatic protocols. The main screen flickered to life, revealing a massive coliseum filled with nearly 100,000 humans. The roar that emanated from the speakers was so intense that several delegates involuntarily stepped back. On the field below, 22 figures in different colored uniforms faced each other with an intensity that made the air itself seem to vibrate with tension. "By the 7 moons," whispered Commander Threx. "Look at their eyes." The camera zoomed in on the players' faces, revealing expressions of absolute determination, focus, and barely contained aggression. These were not the faces of pacifists. These were the faces of warriors preparing for battle. The whistle blew. What followed shattered every assumption the Galactic Council had made about humanity. The humans moved with fluid precision, their bodies twisting and turning with an athleticism that defied their supposedly primitive evolution. They hurled themselves through the air with complete disregard for personal safety, sliding across the ground to intercept the ball, colliding with opponents in displays of controlled violence that would have made Vorth's warrior caste proud. But it wasn't the players that truly stunned the alien observers, it was the crowd. 100,000 humans rose as one, their voices combining into a primal roar that seemed to shake the very foundations of the stadium. They chanted in perfect synchronization, their loyalty absolute, their passion transcending rational thought. When their team scored, the explosion of joy was so powerful it registered on the ship's seismic detectors. "Impossible," breathed General Vorth. "No species maintains such unity without extensive military conditioning." As the match continued, the delegates watched in growing amazement. The humans displayed every quality the Council sought in their finest warriors: tactical thinking, split-second decision-making, unwavering determination, and the ability to function as a cohesive unit under extreme pressure. When a player was injured, his teammates formed a protective circle around him. When the referee made a controversial call, the crowd's displeasure was immediate and unanimous. "They're not playing," realized Zixthak, his crystalline form pulsing with understanding. "They're waging war." The revelation deepened as the ship's AI provided additional data. This event is occurring simultaneously in 847 locations across the planet. Conservative estimates suggest 3.7 billion humans are participating either directly or as observers. They call this event the World Cup Final. Commander Threx's scales now shimmered with something approaching fear. 3.7 billion? That's more than the entire population of most civilized worlds. "And they do this regularly," added the AI helpfully. "Similar events occur weekly across thousands of local territories. They call them leagues. Participation rates suggest that 89.3% of the human population maintains active loyalty to specific tribal warfare units." The match reached its climax as one team mounted a final desperate assault. The tension in the stadium was palpable. The delegates could feel it through their monitoring equipment. When the winning goal was scored, the eruption of sound and emotion was so intense that it briefly overwhelmed their sensors. In the aftermath, as the winning team embraced and the losing team collapsed in heartbreak, the alien delegates sat in stunned silence. They had come expecting to find a peaceful species suitable for diplomatic relations. Instead, they had discovered a race of beings who had transformed warfare itself into art. "Recommendation?" asked General Vorth, his voice unusually subdued. Zixthak studied the screen as the human warriors traded jerseys with their defeated opponents, displaying both respect and sportsmanship, even in the heat of victory. "We invite them to join the Council immediately, not as junior partners but as equals." And the Void Reapers? A smile, or the crystalline equivalent, formed across Zixthak's features. "Let us show them recordings of this soccer match first. If they have any intelligence at all, they'll surrender before the humans even arrive." As their ship prepared to make formal contact, the delegates took one last look at the planet below. They now understood the truth. Earth hadn't produced no warriors. Earth had produced a species where everyone was a warrior, where battle was celebrated as the highest form of art, and where billions could unite in common cause with nothing more than a simple spherical object and 90 minutes of time. The galaxy would never be the same. Word count 1,000 words.